ASMR with Neve. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm in a bit of a different setup today. I'm on my bed because this video is going to be more relaxed, more chilled, and I just thought I just sort of wanted to get comfy because this video is going to be a whisper ramble / life update. Can I call it a life update because I haven't done one of these before, so it's more of a live intro, live chat, but we're going to go with life update for the title of this video. So hopefully this will make you nice and relaxed too, because that's why I make these videos, and also you can get to know me a bit more and just sort of hear about what I've got going on at the moment, basically. So I hope you enjoy this. My literal favourite videos to watch are Whisper Rambles live updates, so hopefully this will be a good one. I've got some notes written down on my laptop because I am very prone to forgetting things, and if I didn't write it down, I would film this video, I'd be editing it, and I'd be like, oh my god, I didn't talk about that. So yeah, if you see me looking down, it's just me looking at my notes. But yes, so first up, so I am a student. I'm in my third and final year, and it's May right now as I'm filming this video, and I finish in June, so I literally have 1 month left until I graduate, which is super scary, but I'm really excited too. So uni has been pretty full on recently. I'm a musical theatre student, but I am at university, so it's no way near as full on as a drama school is. But this term has been quite full on. Like, it's been 5 days a week, which we have never had. We've always had 3 or 4, and that would be maybe one of them or 2 of them was a full day, but the others would be a morning or afternoon. But this has been like a lot of full days, and then some like random, an hour of singing or whatever. And recently there was this sort of incident, I guess you would call it, at rehearsals, which left me and my friend super upset, like super upset. And I don't want to go into it too much because I am still at the university with all the people on my course, and like I want to remain professional, and maybe I could talk about it more when I graduate, but for now I just think it's best not to go into it too deep. But I've just been having a really crap time. Like, last weekend was just awful. Like, I spent the whole weekend like with this sick feeling in my stomach, which I haven't had since I was in high school, and like used to have arguments with my friends, and there would be a big group of girls that I was in, and people would be talking about each other or whatever, and there would be like a divide in the group at school or whatever, and that's sort of how it made me feel. So I've been having a bit of a bad time, and I've been quite upset, but I went back into uni this week and it's been okay, and I mean, I'm just gonna get on with it. Like, I really want to do well in my degree, and I don't want to have any tensions with anyone or anything at all, so I'm very happy to just get on with it. But yeah, that has been leaving me a bit down, but I filmed a video during that time, edited it, and that sort of helped make me feel a bit more normal. I really love editing, which is weird because I just really didn't think that I would like it as much as I do when I first started making these videos, but it's literally one of my favourite things. I'm like, oh, I filmed a video yesterday, so now I have one to edit, like, yay. And I just love the feeling of uploading a video too, and seeing it go up, and picking the thumbnail and adding the text, whatever. It makes me feel productive, and I've really enjoyed doing YouTube and doing ASMR. I've always sort of wanted to make an ASMR channel. I've watched ASMR for years and years, but I just never did, and I just don't even know why. But I was just like thinking about doing it. And my boyfriend was like, yeah, you should do it, like, why don't you just start it now? And I was like, no, my mic is back at uni, so I'll wait. So I did wait until I came back to London to start my ASMR channel, but I have stuck to it, and I've been doing two videos a week, and I'm really proud of myself for being able to stick to that. And I like having specific days because I think it's better for you, because you know when I'm going to post. And I find that with my favourite ASMR artists, like if I know they have a day, I'm like, oh yay, it's Sunday, like this person's uploading today, like yes, I get to watch their video before bed or whatever. And also it's just better for me to, I try and be organised in my life, so I think being organised with this is definitely helpful. So next I wanted to talk about, I got my headshots done recently. So as I said before, I'm doing musical theatre. Oh, if you see me cuddling my shark, he's just here. He's come, he loves to be in the videos, so he's here. I just like to cuddle him, but yeah. So I got my headshots done, and I got the edited ones back today, and they look so good. I'm so happy with them, and I feel like it's that first step to being a professional and being a working adult as opposed to like a student or whatever, and that's really exciting. And the industry obviously right now is, I mean, it's coming back, but it's taken a hit, and so I'm not even sure like what I'll be doing, whether I'll be able to get work within that industry or whether I'll have to keep working in like hospitality. But we're hopeful, and I think just seeing these headshots made me feel more positive about it, and like sort of reminded me like, yes, this is what I want to do type thing. So that was really fun to get those back. And speaking of work, so hospitality in the UK has recently opened up for indoor service, so I'm starting work again. Tomorrow is my first shift, but I wasn't put on the rota. I just got a message, and my boss was like, oh, it's actually busier than we thought, basically, so can you do 3 8-hour shifts this week, like in a row? And I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. But I have uni in the day, and I work kind of like nights, evenings, nights, till 3 AM on Friday and Saturday, and till 1 tomorrow. So it's gonna be like, I'm gonna be knackered at uni basically, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? But I can't wait for the day that I don't have to stand up for 8 hours, because Lord, does it hurt my back. I'm just already dreading, not like going back to work. Fine, yeah, great, I kind of enjoy working sometimes. Yeah, I really don't mind it, like it's okay, I get on with it, and like everyone on my work's nice and all that, so that's great. But the back pain of working in hospitality is something else. Like really, I've never felt anything like it. And when I've worked before, I've obviously gotten used to it. Like I've worked in hospitality since I was like 17, so I'm used to it. But because of the pandemic, I haven't worked since December, and before that hadn't worked. We had another month lockdown, and before that I worked for like a month. Like I just really haven't been working for long periods of time, like because we would just go into another lockdown or a tier or whatever, and they would shut the like restaurants and bars down. So it's just going to be a real shock to the system basically, and that's why I'm filming tonight as well, because I thought I had loads of free time, and suddenly I don't have any free time. and I've had to cancel on seeing my friend tomorrow, who I haven't seen since November. I'm gonna see her next week though, so it's okay, but I was really annoyed to have to cancel. And I had to cancel, well, on Saturday, my housemates are all watching Eurovision, and a couple of our friends are gonna come and watch it too, because you're allowed to like meet indoors now and stuff. And they're gonna like play drinking games and watch Eurovision, and I was kind of looking forward to it, but I guess I am not partaking. They might still be awake when I get home, but to be honest, I'm gonna be so tired I'll really just want to go to bed. So that's a bit of a shame, but I have been on furlough and I've been very lucky to not have lost my job during this whole thing, so I'm grateful for that. And I guess I had to go back to work at some point. It's just annoying that my uni is so full on at the moment. It's just bad timing really, but I've only got uni for 3 or 4 more weeks now. 4, yeah. So it's okay, I can make it through 4 weeks of my life. And then it's summer for me, and I'll just be working hospitality, sort of seeing what comes around, trying to get work within the theatre industry, maybe look at branching out as well to like TV and stuff, but I think I want to take some more acting classes when I move back to Manchester and just see what happens there. So that is all very exciting still. So I'm trying to remain positive. You know, you give out the positive energy, you get it back. No negative vibes here. Positivity all the way. So yeah, and as I was saying about how UK venues have just opened up inside, or not UK, England I guess. So I went out the other night for my housemate has finished her degree, like she handed her last piece of work in, she's done. So I was really proud of her, and we went out and were able to sit inside, and it was so weird but so nice because it was literally pouring it down, like we were so lucky to even, we had umbrellas, but that we didn't get completely drenched on the walk from like the station to the place, because it was ridiculous. But I had such a nice time, and it's so nice to like eat a meal indoors and not be cold. And I even took my jacket off. Oh, it's amazing. I've just been like sat outside of various pubs, whatever, the past few weeks in like a huge coat, layers on, like big fluffy socks on, because I've just been so cold. So it's so good to be able to sit inside again. Yeah, really good. What else? Yeah. So not everyone might find this interesting, but I am a vegetarian, and I did veganuary for the whole of January, and it was hard, but it wasn't as hard as I actually thought it was going to be. So it was actually okay. And recently since I did it, I've been cutting down on my animal products, like milk. I don't drink cow's milk anymore. I only drink oat milk, soy milk, plant milk basically. And I have flora instead of real butter, just little things like that. But I'm really thinking about maybe going vegan again, because I did feel really, really good when I did it, and sometimes I feel a bit guilty. Like, even I had eggs today. I haven't had eggs in ages because I just stopped buying them, but I just fancied them, and they were really nice. Great, you know, love an egg, but I just prefer the way that I felt when I was vegan, or when I tried it, I should say. It's hard for like a chocolate and stuff. It's really hard. But I'm thinking about giving it a go again, but I've got some stuff to use up before I can be a vegan, like that pack of eggs and like some stuff with chocolate in and whatever, things like that. But I'm kind of quite excited about trying it again, because it's kind of a bit of a challenge, but it also makes me think of like more interesting meals, because sometimes I really get stuck in this pattern of having the same things. I've been having so many stir fries recently, so many. I love them though. Tofu stir fry, satay sauce, chef's kiss. But then even just like, I just have sausage pasta a lot, corn sausages. So it makes me think of different things. I'll Google vegan recipes and get a bit more creative with my food, and it makes it more exciting to eat, and like generally it just makes me happy, feel pretty positive. The one thing that I might carry on having though are Actimel. So I wouldn't be completely vegan, but I would just have an Actimel a day, because I take vitamins anyway, but they have vitamins in, and like I've actually found that when I don't have them, my body doesn't feel as good. I know that might sound silly, because it's literally like a little yogurt drink about that big, and I only have one a day. But I just think for me, that's just the one thing. But I think if that's the only thing I have, I think I'll still feel quite good in myself. So yeah, that is something I'm considering. But it is pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. And it's more just difficult when something like says may contain milk. I still will have it, because it just means it's been made in a factory with a milk product or something, and I just think that's really hard to avoid. As long as it doesn't have animal products in the ingredients, then I think that's okay. Like, may contain traces of, it's just really hard to like avoid all of that, and it becomes expensive, because a lot of brands now, like veganism is quite trendy, and then the vegan products are being brought out quite expensive. Galaxy have this vegan chocolate bar. I've not tried it yet, but looks really good. But it's £3. But you can get a normal chocolate bar for £1. So it's just a bit annoying. But then you can also just get dark chocolate for cheap. So I'll probably just do that. And maybe treat myself sometimes to a brand of sorts. So I also wanted to talk about something that I did the other day that I was so proud of myself for. I feel like this is just me telling you all how proud of myself I am recently. Positive energy. So I did Couch to 5k over a year ago now. Yeah, 2 years ago. Just under 2 years ago, I think. God, I'm sorry. I started Couch to 5k because I would do runs, but I had to stop and walk and whatever. And I was just finding it difficult to build up my stamina. So I did that, and then ever since then I've loved running, doing 5k's, building it up, but gradually to 10k's. I did a 16k one time, and like 12k's or whatever, but most of the time recently I've just been doing 5 or 10s because I'm quite busy, but I'll do 10 on the weekend because that takes me like an hour. But I remember the first 10k I did took me an hour and 8 minutes, but I was just so proud of myself that I even finished it and didn't stop, didn't walk the whole time. So I was super happy about that. And the other day I did my normal 10k route. I ran up to like Tower Bridge and along the Thames, so it's really nice and scenic, and like there's lots of people around. It's quite nice on a weekend morning. And I did it in 58 minutes 15 seconds, and that is the fastest I've ever done a 10k. I've never done one under an hour before. I've been quite close, but never under the hour, and I was so proud of myself because that is what I've been working towards ever since I did my first one. I knew the goal was eventually to do it in under an hour, and I knew it would take a while. And I think it's been a year since I did my first 10k, so it's been, it's taken me a while, but I'm really happy, and I just thought it was quite cool. Because I never thought, like at school, I just was so bad at running. Like my stamina was just awful. I used to play hockey, but I was just in the defend position all the time because I couldn't do the running up and down the pitch. I just couldn't do it. So it's really cool that I can now say that I can like run a final thing on my list of things I wanted to talk about was, so the other day, me and my housemate just sat in the kitchen hanging out, and our friends, they live together, called us, and they were like, are you in tonight? And I said, yeah, we're not doing anything, we're just watching TV, whatever. And she said, so we've rescued this pigeon that had fallen from a net and like didn't have its family around it or whatever, and they live in student halls, so they said we can't take it back to our halls, but the RSPCA can't take it tonight because it's a bank holiday. So, or was it it was a Sunday or a bank holiday, and they said they can come and get it tomorrow, but we need somewhere to put it overnight, and they just literally couldn't take it back home. And they'd been at their other friends all day with it, but I think she, for some reason, couldn't have it. So we were like, oh my god, sorry, it's quite late, well, reasonably late, I'm gonna go to bed after this and sort of settle down. But yeah, and we were like, yeah, okay, come round. So they brought this pigeon round. Oh, the other housemate left because she thought she was going to get a disease from the pigeon. But we stayed and we took it down. We have like a basement because we googled it obviously, and it said keep them somewhere dark and cool, and so we just turn the lights off, and it's quite cool down there because there's no like heating or whatever. Or did it? I can't remember. It might have been dark and warm. But anyway, we have cats, so also the basement worked because we can lock it and they can't get down there, because we really obviously didn't want the cats to see the pigeon or anything like that. So we like cut up an Actimel bottle in half and made these little troughs, and like put in some water, and Millie put in some like seeds or nuts that she read that you could give to them, and we sort of left them next to it, but it really couldn't move. It was really sad. Like, she was breathing really heavily, and she looked really big because she was breathing so heavily, and she was just all tucked in. So then went to sleep, left the pigeon downstairs. We went and checked on her before we went to bed, and she was asleep actually. It was really sweet, like her little eyes were like fluttering. It was so sweet. And then I heard a bang on the door at 8 o'clock in the morning the next day, and I was in a dream and it woke me up, but then I didn't know if it was in my dream or if it was in real life, so I just sort of lay there like, I don't know what's happening. And then he knocked again and I went to the door and he had this, it was an RSPCA man, and he had like a box, and he was just like, it's about the pigeon obviously. And I was like, oh yes. I was like, come on in. Like, he had a mask on, whatever, so it was fine. And he came down to the basement because he had gloves, because you're not meant to touch pigeons really because they do have diseases, but if you don't touch them then it's fine, and if you do you just have to wash your hands straight afterwards. So yeah, he picked it up and it was actually a little baby. He like picked her up and showed us the wings, and they were so little, and they had like loads of these little feathers on it, and he said that's how you can tell that it's just a baby, because it has a certain type of feather. And it was so small, and we were a bit worried that we would go and it wouldn't be alive anymore, because our friend had said that its foot was bleeding when they first found it, and it was all a bit horrible. But he said that she was going to be absolutely fine, like she just needed some food and water and she would be alright, and she was a little baby, so she still has, you know, her life ahead of her. And they took her to a wildlife sanctuary, so that's where she is right now, hopefully. And then I don't really know what happened after that, whether they get them back to health and then release them back out or not, but either way I think she's doing well. But yeah, so that was a weird experience, and it was really sweet. Like, just love animals. They're just so sweet and just adorable. I just love them. So yeah, that is all the things that I wrote down to talk about. I know some of them were very, very, very random. So please forgive me for that if I was a little bit boring, but I really like watching these videos, even when people talk about really random stuff going on in their lives or things that might seem mundane to them, like anything, car troubles, or just what they've been up to at work, anything. I just think it's really relaxing and it feels like you're just having a conversation with a friend, and that's what I really like about it. So let me know if you did like this style of video, because I can definitely do one again, because I really, really enjoyed filming this. Like, I really liked it, and it's nice to talk to you guys about my life and what I've been up to. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you again very, very soon in